Hey everyone, welcome back to Super Mario 64. This is the finale episode where we grab everything else and then beat the game finally. So in the last episode, we finished up... Actually no, we basically went straight up to... Oh no, we made it halfway through Tick-Tock Clock. So then we finished up Tick-Tock Clock and then went and did Rainbow Ride real quick. Finished all that up, and now we just have to do a little bit of cleanup to get to the rest of the secret stars that we're missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into a course. Doesn't really matter which one. But I'm going to exit area so we can go back to the start of the castle. And so the first star that we're going to pick up is a secret stage, actually. And so if you go into the Jolly Roger Bay area, and then side flip into this hole in the wall. Oh my god. There we go. If you side flip into the hole in the wall, you actually go into what's called the Secret Aquarium. And it's just an 8 red coin mission where everything's underwater, so if you're not careful you can drown. There's the 4 right there that are just like in a big ring. And then there's 4 in each corner on the bottom. And so this will give you 1 out of the 5 stars that we're missing for the Castle Secret Stars. And just as a reminder, the ones that we already have are the 3 toads, the 3 like cap power-ups, and then the 2 nips, and then the 2 Bowser stages that we've already done. Oh yeah, we already got the star. So that's all there is to that. Easy pickings. And then now that we've got that, we can go ahead and head over to the one room that I opened accidentally that one time, and then never did anything in. And there's actually just 3 pictures of Princess Peach in here. And a sign. Mario, my castle is in great peril. I know that Bowser is the cause, and I know that only you can stop him. The doors in the castle that have been sealed by Bowser can be opened only with star power. But there are secret paths in the castle, paths that Bowser hasn't found. One of those paths is in this room, and it holds one of the castle's secret stars. Find that secret star, Mario. It'll help you on your quest. Please, Mario, you have to help us. Retrieve all the power stars in the castle and free us from this awful prison. Please. Okay, so the secret path she's talking about is actually the rightmost Peach painting, and it brings you to the castle's secret slide. So we're gonna go for a swag stretch just for the fun of it. Oh, well. We more or less got it. 14-7. If you do it right, you'll get like a 12 something. Anyway, this star right here spawns if you get a time that's below 21 seconds, 21 flat. And so doing that is like an easy way to get down there really quickly. Otherwise, you're going to be kind of cutting it tight if you do this slide normally. The way that works is you just press right to change your direction when you're making that first left turn. And then when you make the second left turn, you press right again to bump into the wall at the correct angle, and then you'll go flying off towards the direction you need to go. It's actually harder than it looks, so don't fret if you can't get it. I was expecting to fail that, to be honest, so it felt nice to actually get that. But this is how you're supposed to do the slide. It's really not that much longer. It takes like an extra 5 seconds or so. And like I said, if you're really fast, you'll get sub 21. But if you don't, and even if you do, this block is always here, and it has the actual star that you're supposed to get in it. So there's a star that even Peach didn't know about, because she said there was only 1 in there, but there was 2. So that actually leaves only 2 stars left, and both of them are like way at the top of the castle. So first things first, you can actually clip through the ground there. and then walking through the door. But, more importantly, if we go all the way to the top, when we were in this top area, you might have been like, okay, we went to the right, went to the center, but we never went to the left. That's because this is actually a Jolly Roger Bay scenario where this is actually a secret course. So, more 8 red coins for us to get, and this is called Winged Mario Over the Rainbow, or something like that. It has kind of a weird name, but basically, you're gonna want to get the wing cap, and then go to all these, oh no, all these different clouds to get the 8 red coins. And then down here is the cannon guy, and you're gonna want the cannon because it's the only way to gain height in this level. If you do happen to fall off and like literally just not land on anything, so if you fall off this part of the stage and go into the deep abyss, you'll actually fall straight out of the sky and end up outside the castle. So don't do that. Okay, so we're gonna aim for like that center area. Whoa, we actually undershot that. That's okay. We're gonna go over here. So there's 2 cannons. One's at the very bottom, one's right here. We're going to use this one to go up to the very, very top. And then up here there's 2 red coins, a 1-up in this block over here, and then another wing cap for you. Pretty much every place has a wing cap. So grab them while you can. And then there's a coin in the cloud over here that's kind of easy to miss. I say as I literally miss it. I was talking about finding it. It's kind of easy to miss. Wait, what? Oh, I went further than I thought I did. Okay, put me in this cannon. And so then there's actually a red coin underneath the top platform. Oh no, I undershot. I really don't want to run out of... Okay, we'll be fine. I didn't want to run out of wing caps, so I was a little bit worried about that. Okay. So you can grab onto these poles that are like hanging out underneath the level, and then you can slide right off, and you'll fall straight onto a cloud, so you don't have to worry about it. And it's got a wing cap on it even, so you don't have to worry about that either. And the last coin we need is on just this lonely cloud over here. And then it puts it in like the center cloud. So just to play it safe, we're going to grab another wing cap. And then go down to this cannon. And there we go. If you aim high enough, you can get onto that cloud from that cannon. But if you undershoot, just go onto one of the side platforms and either try again or go to the side cannon and then use that. So that's basically everything we need to clean up, because now the last star comes from the Bowser course, which is up here. This door opens automatically no matter what you have, but this staircase is actually an endless staircase until you get 70 stars. And then when you get 70 stars, you can just run straight up it. So the final Bowser course, I think it's actually kind of a cool course, not gonna lie. There's a coin right here, and you can actually, you can side flip and ground pound to grab that coin. Just do it with better timing so you land on the extending platform. So like that, so that you land on that, and instead of when it's not there. The intended way to do that is to push this block over and then jump off the block, but whatever reason they implemented like those gravity walls that are very reminiscent of like Galaxy, or Galaxy's very reminiscent of that, I suppose. It seems like a lot of work for the N64, but they did it, so. There's a red coin there that we grabbed next to the piranha plant, and then there's one that's really easy to miss right here. So then after we come up here, actually we don't even need anything over there, so I just want to show something off if I can make it back over here. So if you can side flip fast enough, you can actually just skip all of that and go straight to here, because there's no red coins over there or anything that you need. And then there's another gravity wall, except there is a flamethrower that will cut you off if you're running full speed, so just be careful of it. Then there's more flamethrowers going down, but you can jump over them. And then here, we actually have some more coins to grab, so the first one's over that like triangle thing. And you can just kind of jump up there. And then our second one that we actually need to grab is behind this fire. And then we can backtrack a little bit, side flip, and jump up to the top of that or the wedge, I suppose it would be. And if you walk to the side of the pole and like backflip onto it or something, then you can get onto the pole and then get the 7th coin right there. And it skips like the other half of the course that you don't need to do. Then for these windmills, I like to time the jump with like, as it's coming down from its swing, you kind of jump onto it, so like now. And usually I get it, but sometimes I miss, and you fall down and have to do it all over again. Then once you make it here, there'll be wind that like pushes you back. What you want to do is get to like here-ish, right here, and then the wind will stop, and then you can safely jump over and go underneath the staircase for the last coin. And then you can grab your final star. But we still have to fight Bowser. Mario, you again? Well, that's just fine. I've been looking for something to fry with my fire breath. Your star power is useless against me. Your friends are all trapped within the walls, and you'll never see the princess again. Yeah, okay, Bowser. So he's actually kind of hard to like run around if he's following you the whole time. But luckily he stops to like breathe fire pretty often. Oh wow, my Bowser throws have been actually really good. So yeah, you actually have to hit him 3 times, and you can chain throws. Oh, that was really bad. I don't know what I was thinking there. If you miss, he jumps back on, and then does that. Sometimes he also gets rid of parts of the stage when he jumps back on. What? Well, now you're right there. So after you do 2 hits, he'll start breaking the stage into a star and make it harder to hit the bombs. But we don't care, because we're good at Bowser throws. Let's do this angle. Yeah, okay, that did work. Nice. I only missed one Bowser throw this game, which never happens to me. I usually miss a lot of them. No! You're really beating me this time. Mario, I can't stand losing to you. My troops, worthless. They've turned over all the power stars? What? There are 120 in all? Amazing. There were some in the castle that I missed? Now I see peace returning to the world. Ugh, I really hate that. I can't watch. I'm out of here. Just you wait until next time. Until then, keep that control stick smoking. So yeah, that's it. That's the entire game. It only took 10 episodes. 10 30-minute episodes. About 5 hours. Also, even though it shows a star that you pick up right there for the Bowser fight, it doesn't count as a star for some reason. I guess it's technically a wing cap, because Mario did get a wing cap from it. Surprise! Peach was in the Peach portrait outside the whole time. That's actually a theory people have. It's kind of funny.
Stars is restored to the castle. And it's all thanks to you. Thank you, Mario. We have to do something special for you. Here we go! Listen, everybody. Let's bake a delicious cake for Mario.
You can see them stop off screen because of widescreen. It's kind of funny. So yeah, that's it. That's the entire game. You don't really get much for 120, like actually getting all 120 stars. We'll go over what you do get, but while we're watching the credits, I'm gonna give my thoughts about like this version of the game, the 3D All-Stars version of the game, stuff like that. So starting with the 3D All-Stars version, the Switch Pro controller works perfectly fine for it, or even like the Joy-Cons. We're playing it handheld, Switch Lite, for example, would work perfectly fine. There's not a lot that changes control-wise between the games, but, this is a big but, the X-axis for the camera, so horizontally, is inverted normally, like it was inverted originally, and then they uninverted it for the 3D All-Stars version. I don't know why they decided to do that. I mean, I do, because I'm pretty sure Odyssey has camera controls like that, and so it like makes it more uniform, but they have no option to change it back. So if you have camera muscle memory, it's gone. It killed me a couple times actually, and it was kind of annoying. So just be aware of that if you're gonna play that version, because they did invert the X camera. Of course, if you've never played the game before, it's not gonna matter to you, but yeah, otherwise the gameplay is perfectly fine. Upscaling looks fine. It literally looks like you're playing it on an adult, like an emulator, and you basically are playing it on an emulator. I don't know, if you're used to the N64 controller, it might be a little bit weird to go to a standard controller, but going from like a GameCube controller to it's perfectly, like it works. So, but for this actual version of the game that I played, and just like the game as a whole, it's very like there's a lot of variation to it, right? Because there's 15 full courses with 7 stars each in them, and then there's 15 like just random secret stars that you can get along the way. You only need 70 stars to beat the game without glitches, and even then, if you're playing like the 3D All Stars version, then you can't use backwards long jumping, so then you need 70 stars regardless. And 70 stars is like a very lenient requirement, in my opinion. Like, I feel like 80 or 90 would have been a little bit better, but at the same time, the game asks a lot of you to like remember things. Like, if you don't have the knowledge to do some of these stars, I don't know how you're supposed to figure it out on your own. I really don't. But that being said, the course variation, like since there's 15 of them, is like nice, but I also feel myself getting a little bit like there's almost too much variation, which is weird to say, but that's how I feel about it. That's something that happens to me in Odyssey as well, where I play Odyssey and I'm like, there's almost too much going on here. Like, I just kind of want a healthy amount of levels to go through, but like not like too many. Because having to memorize like 15 course layouts is a little bit much, not gonna lie. Not that these are very big and very hard to memorize, but other than that, the game is very solid for 1964 when this first came out. 1964, 1994, no, 1996. God, got all the dates wrong there. 1996, and then the version that 3D All Stars uses, the Shingo version, came out a year later in 1997. But yeah, for a 1996 game, and for being like the first 3D Mario, it's like actually works surprisingly well. The camera, of course, is very hit or miss. Like, you either grew up with it and you're fine with it, or you're trying to go back to it and you're like, why is this camera so bad? And I started on Sunshine as a kid because I grew up with GameCube. So I had to go back to it, and I was like, this camera's really bad. But as you play more and more with it, it gets way better. Like, it's not that bad. You just kind of learn its quirks, and then you play around them, which is like not perfect, but it's something that happens, and it makes the game more enjoyable when you finally learn to deal with the camera. um, I don't know if I have anything else in particular about the game, because it's otherwise very bite-sized for me. Like, if you know what you're doing, you can breeze through 120 stars in like 5 hours, like I just did. When I was like low-key speedrunning it, by low-key I mean I had a route, and that was it. I didn't learn any of the movement, I didn't learn any extra glitches, I just tried to beat the game relatively as fast as possible with the route that I had. I shaved about an hour off of what we just did. So I finished at like 4 hours, 15 minutes or something like that. I suppose it's only been like about 5 hours just now. Like, at the end of this episode will mark 5 hours, but that's about how fast I was able to do it without too much crazy stuff. Of course, I do things the unintended way, but whoever does things the intended way. I tried to show it off as much as I could, but there's some things I'm like, this is not going to be worth showing. It's just not. I actually did do this Let's Play before. Like, I already recorded this entire game, and I went through it, and I like did a bunch of crazy shit, and I was like, this is too hard to follow. Like, after I was like watching again, I was like, no, this I need to make it simpler. Like, actually go through the stars, explain them, do them in order. So that's why I did this time. And I like how it turned out way better. It surprisingly didn't take any more time than it did last time, which is kind of ironic. But uh oh, I guess we can talk about 64 DS real quick. So there is a version of the game on the DS called Super Mario 64 DS, and outside of controlling completely differently because it's on a handheld, it added 3 characters, because besides Mario, you can play as Yoshi, Luigi, and Wario. With Yoshi being like your starting character, and uh, he's kind of like the original character. Like he's one that you start as, and his like special ability, quote unquote, is his special ability, quote unquote, is the uh like he can grab a different hats mid level and change into different characters, and then otherwise I think he can like spit fire or something like that. It's been a long time since I played this, but I've played through 64DS a long time ago and 100% that. So I'll speak off memory right now. Mario's largely the same, except he has like a P balloon esque power up that he has access to, and then Luigi is your Vanish Cap guy. You have to be Luigi to use Vanish Cap, and the otherwise obviously jumps higher. And then Wario is like the worst character ever because he's fat and he doesn't jump very high at all. But he is how you use the metal cap. So, yeah. So outside the character changes, they also added 30 stars. So there's actually 150 stars in that game. And for the most part, I think it was a very solid port. You know, like it added a lot of things, and it wasn't awful. Like the controls weren't the best, but it wasn't awful. So, like if you happen to have a copy lying around, then it's probably worth a playthrough. I wouldn't recommend buying it just to play it though. That'd be kind of a bit much. Uh, Otherwise, if you're thinking about picking up 3D All Stars just for this game, I would say don't, because there's way better ways to play it than buying 3D All Stars. The upscaling that they did for it doesn't really do it much favors. It basically just looks a little bit better, and that's it. They didn't even make a widescreen. It's just 4:3 still. Which, to be fair, there's a lot of things that happen in widescreen, like things popping in and out all the time, and you getting to see Peach and the Toad just stop as soon as they reach off screen, quote unquote. So I know why they didn't do widescreen, but they didn't do widescreen. They didn't put a lot of effort into it. So I wouldn't recommend getting 3D All Stars unless you're planning on doing unless you're getting it for all 3 games. If you're only planning on getting it for 2 out of the 3, it's really not that worth it. I'd say the only time that there's an exception to that is if you're trying to get it for Sunshine because you missed out on Sunshine, and Sunshine's never been re-released ever, whereas Galaxy got re-released on the Wii U Virtual Console, and then 64 has been re-released a lot and made available like all the time. But yeah, otherwise that's it. We got like one thing to show off, which, by the way, that ending screen will stay there, and you have to deal with it until you reset. So that's the only way to leave that screen.
It's me, Mario.
So once we reset the game, we can go back in. And once we have 120 stars, also you'll notice that the lives reset. I had like 50 or something. But once we get to this cannon actually opens up when you get all 120 stars. I was just curious what the sign said, but so yeah, this cannon will open up once you have 120 stars, and then you can use it to get on top of the castle. And then on top of the castle, there's a wing cap, some 1-ups, and Yoshi. Yoshi's actually in the game. Mario, is that really you? It has been so long since our last adventure. They told me that I might see you if I waited here, but I've just about given up hope. Is it true? Have you really beaten Bowser and restored the stars to the castle? And saved the princess? I knew you could do it. Now I have a very special message for you. Thanks for playing Super Mario 64. This is the end of the game, but not the end of the fun. We want you to keep on playing, so we have a little something for you. We hope that you like it. Enjoy the Super Mario 64 team. So then he gives you 100 lives. Like, he just fills up your lives to 100. And then after he's done with that, you can't move during this, by the way. You're stuck in place till your lives cap out at 100. But after that happens, Yoshi yeets off the roof into the waterfall and just disappears. And as we know from Super Mario Sunshine, Yoshi can't swim, so think of that what you will. But yeah, your lives cap at 100, so you can't actually get anything more than 100 lives. But that essentially allows you to go through and meme around and do a bunch of dumb stuff while you're playing and not have to worry about game overing. So that's your singular reward for 100% completion in this game. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing else that happens, especially not in the original version, so it is what it is, I suppose. Otherwise, that's it. We're done. So if you like the video, please hit like, and if you really like the video, consider subscribing. And otherwise, I'll see everyone in the next Let's Play.